To appreciate the change that has come over Berlin, it might be a good idea to go back a few years and see what it used to be like. At the period of Hitler's greatest triumphs, it was, of course, a city of celebration. Hitler, returning from the satisfaction of each one of those territorial demands, which was to be his last, received colossal ovations in Berlin. Can there be any doubt, looking at these pictures, can there be any doubt that the German people themselves shared to the full in the glamour and the glory of Hitler's plan to dominate Europe and the world? Berlin and all Germany were totally with their Führer, men, women, and children, tumultuously endorsing every new act of aggression, hysterically applauding Adolf Hitler, Hermann Goering, every Nazi leader. It's a point worth remembering as we recall those days of German triumph. Those gigantic celebrations, however, which so delighted the entire population of the Reich, were the prelude to the most gigantic struggle the world has ever seen. And now, when the end of that struggle is in sight, those days and nights of celebration in the German capital are no more than half-forgotten memories from Germany's black record. Berlin had fireworks then to celebrate Hitler's genius. And Berlin has fireworks now, fireworks of the very latest pattern, carried to the capital of the Reich by air armadas numbering over 1,000 four-engine bombers. A recent attack launched by the United States 8th Army Air Force, based on our own much-bombed island, seared and blasted and shattered the very heart of the city. Those vapor trails are heading for the capital of the Reich, while other American heavies were on their way to Magdeburg at the same time. The weather prophets had proved very accurate, and the bombing of Berlin was done under pretty well ideal conditions. Thanks to many previous attacks by the Royal Air Force and the Americans, Berlin was already the most bombed city in the world. But now, starting at midday and spread over only 3/4 of an hour, Berlin received 2,500 tons, an American record, though the RAF have twice dropped bigger loads on Berlin. The Huns like things to be done in a colossal way, but it's just possible that this bombing exceeded their wishes or expectations. It all went down into Berlin's White Hall, where the Nazi bosses were believed to be directing their losing battle against the Red Army. It's reasonable to suppose, too, that 2,500 tons delivered in broad daylight are not calculated to increase Hitler's popularity in a city already crowded with refugees. Anyway, a number of railway stations were hit, as well as administrative offices near the Wilhelmstrasse and Unter den Linden. Down there, they now have fireworks of a different kind from those witnessed by a jubilant people in the good old days of 1938 and 1939. As the Red Army approaches from the east, as bombs crash down from Allied planes, as the fires spread and the refugees increase, Nazi leaders raise the old cry of fight to the last. But in one respect, they have changed their tune. No longer do they call Churchill, Stalin, and Roosevelt military idiots. They've now been transformed into arch criminals. In fact, of course, they know that the big three have beaten them, and they're afraid.